This is a Campeche chair, and it was a chair that Thomas Jefferson thought was his best in Monticello. And it has a interesting history going back to Spain, this type of curule chair. And what I have the three-dimensional model here in SketchUp, and I'll show you how this chair comes together with its pieces. We'll just build it, so to speak, online here, and I'll pick a space over here to do that. And we have a list of the components that make up the chair, and we'll start with the back stile, and I'll just grab a back stile and place it here, and then I'll get a front stile here and bring that over, and there's a lap joint in the middle here that fastens these two critical pieces together, and I'll just grab this at the corner and bring it over and fasten it right there. So now that lap joint is complete. And the next component I'll bring is say a front stretcher, and the front stretcher goes down here. It has tenons, it's mortise and tenon joint, so this corner connects to that corner right there. And these are through tenons, so there is an extra length here of that tenon that would be cut off later. And then there's also a back stretcher, which is very similar to the front, and I'll grab it on this corner right here and connect it at that corner. Now there's a nose rail that connects out here at the front, so I'll grab that component. It's also mortise and tenon joint, and to connect this, I'll grab that corner and connect it there, but then the tenon has to protrude in, so I'll click on that edge of the nose rail, go on the red axis, and I hit the right arrow key so that I'm staying on, and then I touch this surface, this face right here, and stop it. And that connects it perfectly. Okay, now there's one other cross piece, and that's the crest rail, or the crown, right here. And again, we have a mortise and tenon joint, but also we have an angle to take care of. So I'll connect this at a corner down here on the, so I've got the tenon connected at that corner, and I need to rotate this. I'll grab the rotate tool and set the fulcrum right there and rotate this over to connect that perfectly into the mortise, but it also has a longer tenon and protrudes through. So again, I'll grab with the move tool, grab on this edge, click the right arrow key and touch this edge here, and that connects it exactly. Well, there's an arm and an arm support. So let me get the arm support. And I can't remember whether this is oriented, this is the right hand or the left hand arm support. I may have to reconnect this, flip it to get it on the right axis. That looks right. I'll now move it down into the tenon. I can turn on X-ray so I can see the mortise and then grab it here and pull it down to the end of the mortise there. That's a perfect fit. Now we get to see if this is the left or the right arm. Ooh, that's the wrong arm. I need to flip that on the red axis. There, now it's oriented properly, but is this support the right thing? So I'll connect it there and look at the mortise over here in the back style, and this looks close, but there's a little bit of a movement I need. Let me turn on X-ray and come around in the front view and reconnect this. Grab that corner and connect it. Let's see. I'm grabbing this, and there I've got it connected. And turn off the X-ray. That looks good. That looks good. Now, the leather sling is connected to some pieces that fit in here, some cleats. There's a front cleat that fastens to the front stile somewhere in that. Actually, there's a little marking right here where that, I know that connects. That corner connects right there. There's a 3/16 space there for the leather seat. Now I need the back cleat. And that connects to the front cleat right on the corner there. So we've got a little reveal here where the leather seat fastens. Now that is all the parts, I think. And I need to copy many of these parts over to the other side of the chair. So I need to select all the parts that are missing on the other side. Oops. Yeah, so the front, I don't think the front stile is selected. There it is. And I can use the move copy tool here and move this selection over to on the red axis and reorient it by flipping along the red direction, and now bringing this back, this whole assembly back, and I think I can just grab right here and tap the right arrow key to stay on the red axis and come in and connect right to this edge here. And that should be it. We've got, oh, one other thing. I've got the leather seat to bring in. And that's about a 3/16 inch, somewhere between 1/8 and 3/16 thickness that I can get at the hide and leather store here in San Francisco. So this sits right up in that corner. And then there are tacks that are spaced 7/8 inches on centers all the way around that perimeter. And I've got some of the tacks. I just did a couple of them in corners and so on. Now I've got to position this. I've got a little marking here in this assembly of tacks, this little V, and that fulcrum there, that V, connects right to this little point there. And that places the tacks in their proper position. And we've got a complete Jefferson Campeche chair.